All right. An Oscar Wilde quote sets the tone for this new comedic drama. It's called The Invite. The quote says this: "One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry." The film explores the unraveling and the evolution of two very different marriages over the course of one unforgettable night. Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen play Angela and Joe. Their relationship is already, how should we say, on very shaky ground when Angela invites her upstairs neighbors, played by Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton, over for dinner. So that sounds easy enough. The night quickly spirals in unexpected directions, and unexpected is the word. In this clip, you can see Joe has no idea this dinner is even happening.
It took you a while to come to the door, and it sounded like you were arguing.
No filter.
No, I just want to be honest. We were at the door before we rang, and we could hear you were fighting.
Oh, we were fighting.
We were fighting, yeah.
Bit of a contentious environment in here, so I understand if that's repellent to you. No hard feelings, you know what I mean? Completely understand, you know?
We love a contentious environment.
No, we love a contentious. And contentious, boy, let's just say Edward Norton and Olivia Wilde are in the studio. Olivia Wilde, you take us on a wild ride, madam.
Yes.
You directed this baby yourself.
Yes.
But this is the thing. You were very reluctant to actually be in the movie.
I was.
How is this possible, Ed Norton, that she was reluctant?
We were mystified. Seth and I, it was almost like the bait, they say a bait and switch. Like Seth and I wanted to do the movie with Olivia, both as a director and an actress. And then she started sort of saying, well, isn't so-and-so terrific and isn't so-and-so terrific? And we said, yes. However, you know, and I don't know what was really going on. I think sometimes I do think when a thing is right in front of you that you know is going to be one of your great a great challenge and a great opportunity. I have done that where you can almost say to yourself, am I the right person for this? Can I do this? And I just think it took a minute. But, but
it was a great role. I was like, this could be a chance to work with a really fantastic actress, and we already had Penelope Cruz, and I was like, we can get someone else amazing. And they were like, you're going to do it.
We were in a text chain, the three of us, and eventually Seth said, what is actually happening here? Let's stop this conversation. We want to do this.
So the cast is so good, but you have to set the premise, because the neighbors are upstairs.
Yes.
They're swingers.
Yes, we don't know that yet.
You don't know that.
We know they're having
Gayle.
We know Joe and Angela, Seth and myself, we know that our neighbors, Penelope and Edward, are upstairs and they have very loud sex. And it's been plaguing us.
Animalistic.
Animalistic.
Yes. Growling.
Exactly, a lot of growling.
Yes.
And Joe is obsessed with this, and he threatens that tonight is the night he's going to bring it up, which Angela is desperate for him not to. And then the whole night he's sort of threatening to bring it up, but they end up being something completely different. And
they make the invitation.
Yeah.
They make the
This movie is a sweet blend of all of these emotions that pull at you. It's laugh out loud funny.
Yes.
But then there's times where it'll make you think.
Yeah.
Not just about you, the meaning of life, the meaning of love.
Yes.
And then there's moments where you legitimately want to cry. Like, how important was it to make this a multi-layered storyline?
Oh, I mean, I think the greatest comedies are always also kind of heartbreaking. And you think about directors like Mike Nichols, of course, but like Rob Reiner. You think of When Harry Met Sally. I mean, that is a movie that also has just a lot of pain and heartbreak in it, which is why it's so funny. So I think we wanted to have that whole range of emotions so that people could recognize themselves and their relationships.
It's funny to watch people fumbling, people failing and fumbling and fighting and kind of tripping over their own humanity, you know, on the way to authenticity. But I think then I think sometimes confronting that you're not living in truth, you've lost your authentic self is painful. And I think I did have a friend who said, she came up and said, I have not laughed that hard in a long time, but I'm going to go home and have a good cry now.
Yeah.
Like,
that is such a good way to put it.
Yeah, and I do think that sums up. I think Olivia really hit the high and the low in this, and I think it's wonderful because I think that's a lot of people's experience in long-term relationships. It's your joy and your cross, you know what I mean? And
Speaking of the experiences in long-term relationships, what of your own experiences or those of the people around you did you bring into these roles.
We all threw everything into the pot. We had this really fun, kind of intensive 2-week rehearsal period, which was really us workshopping this script together with our screenwriters. And we just put so many of our own anecdotes. I mean, there are large sections of the movie which are just based on things that have happened to Edward.
It was kind of like a closed door session, and this one really said, I'm going to ask everybody to be very vulnerable and very honest, and we're going to put a lot up on the whiteboard about what we've all been through and see what we want to infuse this with. And
Because I saw Rashida Jones and Will McCormick had the initial script, and then I saw that you all worked on it together.
Yes.
What made it different, Ed, for you with her directing? We know she's a great actress. This was not her first movie directing. What was different
I
for
love
you?
and I love both of Olivia's movies before this one, and I think. Look, the thing having directed and acted in multiple movies, and Seth has as well, obviously, there are aspects of that sort of schizophrenia that are very challenging. It can be very, very hard to cultivate like presence and availability to what happens as an actor, while also keeping your analytic mind on the craft of the film you're trying to make. What really knocked me out about the way Olivia managed that for us was we, as an acting foursome, had a space with wild freedom for improvisation and discovery. She shot the film in order, which almost never happens, so that each scene was able to build off the last. But at the same time, she and our brilliant DP and crew, they had created a set. They had done so much preparatory work on, if the scene takes us here, here's how we'll address it.
I'll say this.
It's amazing.
It's just an amazing.
Number one, you have to see it on the big screen.
Yes.
You have to see it on the big screen.
Yes.
And you incorporate Esther Perel and her talent. It's so good, guys.
And with
see
the
it.
crowd, with the crowd.